The Metal Gear Solid series has always had a rather tenuous connection with the world. While Hideo Kojima's groundbreaking stealth title has been generally praised for its storytelling, gameplay, and innovations in the genre, it's still capable of inciting controversy with each new release. This is all the more evident in Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, the epilogue to last year's Ground Zeroes, which wraps up Big Boss's transformation from hero to villain. Now that the Phantom Pain is finally upon us, a strange feeling permeates the air. What if the Phantom Pain isn't perfect? What if the end to Hideo Kojima's legacy as both the series creator and at Konami itself doesn't live up to expectations? For Hideo Kojima and Konami, the Phantom Pain represents the end of an era. Produced at a rumored $80 million budget, the game has seen its share of developmental woes and delays. When Ground Zeroes was released as a separate several-hour-long prologue, rather than shipping it with the Phantom Pain, rumors began to swell about the development process. Had Konami pressured Kojima into releasing Ground Zeroes to recoup money on investment? Was Ground Zeroes an experiment, testing gamers' expectations with its open-world mechanics to make the necessary changes for the Phantom Pain? Or was it simply a means to tide players over and keep the grander, more fulfilling epilogue in the public mind at all times? Whatever the reason may be, real-life controversies would eventually surface. Earlier this year, it was rumored that Hideo Kojima would be leaving Konami after falling out. This was followed by Konami canceling Silent Hills, which Kojima was working on alongside famed director Guillermo del Toro. And then there was the removal of Kojima's name from the Metal Gear Solid 5 box art. Eventually, a report in Japanese publication Nikkei revealed that Konami had become a veritably miserable place to work at. Its work culture didn't tolerate failure, and even Kojima, a man who had been with the company for decades, wasn't immune to consequences. Kojima apparently fell out of favor due to the Phantom Pain's high budget and long-standing delays. The focus of Konami on smaller titles going forward, as seen with the success of its mobile games in Japan, only cemented the fact that the Phantom Pain could be the last of its kind. Konami did hint that they might continue the franchise sans Kojima. All of this had an effect on the expectations for the Phantom Pain. So far, the game has been praised by a few reviews for its story and twists. However, it's had its criticisms here and there. Our own Chris Carter said that despite hitting a few snags along the way, the Phantom Pain feels like a simultaneous celebration of the series and a decidedly new chapter. It's equal parts tough and flashy, and it's fitting that if this is Kojima's last Metal Gear, he's going out on a high note. Granted, these reviews are positive, but as evidenced by games like Watch Dogs and Titanfall, reviews aren't always indicative of what the general public may feel about these games. For us, it's less about whether the Phantom Pain conforms to some arbitrary set of standards, hype, and expectations, whether that's measured in hundreds of hours of content or map scale or visuals, or if the story will be remembered for years to come. In the end, it's about having fun. Sneaking around, taking out guards without alerting anyone in the base, and just enjoying the twists and turns as they come. Not every plot device in every Metal Gear Solid title has made sense at first. However, as a kitschy spy movie mixed with philosophical musings, there was always something to go back to and something new to learn that often paralleled the world around us. In many ways, the Metal Gear Solid series has epitomized a facet of gaming that caused many classic titles to live forever. This facet was easy to learn, difficult to master. But in this case, it was applied to the overarching story instead of just the gameplay. So while it could serve as the potboiler and stealth action title that many could love, its complexities, depth, characters, conspiracies, and subplots ensured it would live forever. This isn't to say the Phantom Pain needs a story on the level of past titles to stand out. In fact, it could be argued that there is no fixed standard by which a Metal Gear Solid story has been told, aside from the expectation of plot twists. The gameplay has always stood as a vehicle for the story, leading it to the places that inhabit Kojima's mind. Whether those are places that players will like to visit or not remains to be seen, but history has taught many of us to love the journey and appreciate the destination, even if we don't fully understand it at first. So while Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain may be less than perfect, and really in this day and age no game is truly perfect, it looks like it will stay with us for years to come, even when we eventually get it. So what are your thoughts on the expectation and hype for the Phantom Pain? We'd love to hear what you think and what you're looking forward to when the game finally releases on September 1st.